This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store Forged Irish Stout. Delighted to be joined by Malik Scott here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Deontay Wilder is back out against Zhilei Zhang. I suppose other than that, how's things, mate? How are you?
Well, everything is good, man. Deontay's pre-camped for almost 4 or 5 months, and we finished the last 6-7 weeks in camp. It's been very good. It's been good meaning violent, good meaning assertive, good meaning that if he do everything that I know he can do Saturday night, he's going to knock Zhang out cold, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to say that with this fight, obviously coming off the Parker fight, when it comes to yourself and Deontay, how much he talks about sort of falling back in love with the game. Did you feel like you saw that from Deontay? Is this the camp maybe for the Parker fight? Is this a different one now in the Zhang camp?
Yeah, we trained good for the Parker fight. We had short time to train in. We got about 3 weeks in, and having 3 weeks again against a very busy fighter like Joseph Parker at that time is not enough time to prepare the right way. We did what we could. Andy Lee and Joseph Parker, they had an incredible game plan, but the inactivity helped their game plan to be implemented in, even more. And that happened for a reason, I believe, to reawaken the Bronze Bomber. Because just like Deontay, or just like all of us, we all can fall asleep at the wheel sometime. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Did you sense like Deontay having that almost soul search and finding himself again? Did you sense that at all?
What, before the fight?
Yeah, I suppose now in like the last couple of months, I guess.
In the last few months, yeah, because we've been talking every day since basically the fight, like we always do. Like, you know what I mean? Me and Deontay is, a teacher and boxer and brothers at the same time, but we also are very good friends. So we talk about the fights. We talk about things he did wrong.
Carry on.
Okay, yeah. I talk about things that he could have did better. Take the loss as a team. He don't lose alone. I lose with him when he lose. When he win, I win with him. So it's it was great, man. It was great. It was a blessing in disguise. I'm glad it happened because it has reawakened the Bronze Bomber, and I'm very proud of him thus far because he didn't just sit on that win and become lazy and say what he was going to do. He got back in the gym, became a gym rat, and I can't wait for you guys to see him Saturday night because I keep saying it. If he do everything Saturday night like I know that he can do, he's going to knock Zhang out cold, and he's going to do it in a very systematic way.
Being a trainer, how much benefit do you think someone like Deontay will have from being a gym rat? You mentioned there about the inactivity playing a factor and not having enough time to prepare. So for someone that now Deontay being a gym rat and always in the gym, how much sort of improvement do you think you can see at this stage in his career?
Improvement to me for Deontay with his training camp was him just going back to being assertive, being explosive, being dynamic, being alert, being cognizant of his balance and things of that nature. So it's not that we did a bunch of new things. Myself, Cuz Hill, JD's, Don House, we've been having them on the track running very, very hard. Been having them in the gym putting the rounds in, no less than 12 to 15 rounds. And it's been great, man. He really made I don't want to say a turnaround. He made a huge mental adjustment. Do
you think he's got a lot to prove in this fight?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. Let me see. I would say it's just so much on the line for this fight. You know what I mean? Especially the stage that he's at in his career. There's a lot on the line for this fight, and he knows who he's up against. I know what we're up against, and we're going to handle this guy accordingly. We're going to protect ourselves, but we're going to be very violent and assertive at the same time. But what we're not going to do is forget defense. What we're not going to do is forget jab defense. We're not going to forget good balance, because everything with Deontay, in my opinion, the better his balance is, the better his vision is, the more he can see. The more that he have options to punch. He have bigger targets. And right now we're dealing with the biggest target that has been hurt by guys that don't even punch as hard as Deontay. I've seen Zhang in all type of trouble with guys that's not even on Deontay's level. So he has his workout cut out for him even more than we do.
You mentioned earlier in the interview about sort of the relationship that you have with Deontay and that trainer-fighter relationship, and after the Parker fight, Deontay did come under a lot of criticism. Do you feel like you felt that as well, and being the trainer, being so close to him, that you sort of felt that sort of all the criticism that he was getting?
Yeah, but I'm well aware that comes with the game. That comes with boxing. Like, you know what I mean? Just under 5 months ago, they were saying Derrick James was overrated, piece of shit trainer. Frank Martin had a win when he didn't look good. Errol Spence lost. They totally disregarded. That's how it go. But I've been in this since I've been 12. I didn't watch them say every trainer has been a piece of shit sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? I totally understand how that go. It probably will bother me. It does bother me when people that I know better will say certain other fighters that I think know better and know how this game go when they have strong opinions about certain things. It's almost like just a bunch of quack shit that go on in boxing sometimes. Where grown men like to gossip about shit just to be a part of a gossiping circle. I'm not into that. I'm into like calling things how they are, calling things fair, that's fair. The things that I don't agree with, I speak on in a respectful manner, not nothing derogatory. And I don't just hop on bandwagons, oh, everybody's saying this about this person, let's just start saying it. No, that's not the case, man. We both took, and I take pride in that. Deontay lose a fight, and everyone come down on him. And it come down on the trainer, too. Yes. Like, I'm all with it. I lose with my fighters. I ride with my guys, man. Like, no. My fighter lose, I lose. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
At this point with Zhilei Zhang, hard-hitting southpaw, and you mentioned, sir, he's mentioned about the Chinese power. What sort of ability does he possess when he comes up against Deontay Wilder? And what do you make of him as a fighter at this point? Zhang, yeah.
He's very good southpaw, big, strong, not extremely slow for his size. He's not extremely fast neither. He covered good space in short little time to get his power shots off. What else? He fight in spots, but the spots that he fight in, you got to be very, very careful. And he's a good, very, very good fighter, very dangerous. One of the most explosive, I would say one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the division right now, easily. Everyone is not jumping to fight this guy. Only one man is jumping to fight him, and he's up. We know who that is.
Do you take a lot from that Parker fight? Obviously, I think the main takeaways were there was definitely a slowdown in the end with Zhang. The Zhang Parker fight I'm talking about. Do you take a lot from that fight? Like, not giving too much away, not giving a game plan away, but I suppose is that something that you take away, the way that he boxed in that fight?
Yes, the mentality. That's who Zhang is. Zhang fights in spots. If he don't fight in spots, he'll end up in a dark place if he don't get you out of there. That dark place, he doesn't behave good in it. Fatigue gets to him. He don't like to face fatigue because when he gets fatigued, he don't like the character. He becomes very, very insecure when he gets fatigued because his mannerisms just go to shit. And he's a big man, so you kind of understand that. Somebody being that big, getting tired, falling around, like, you know. But unfortunately, he can't get away with none of that with the man that I train, because the man that I train and myself, we're looking for nothing but the loopholes. And any loophole that we find, we're going to take advantage of immediately.
Whilst I've got you, Malik, I did want to ask you about a couple of weeks ago, Tyson Fury defeating Oleksandr Usyk defeating Tyson Fury. I suppose, what did you make of the fight, and I suppose how that went with Usyk, now undisputed heavyweight world champion?
I thought before the fight, it was a great event. The fights before it, the entertainment that Turkey has put on, the matchmaking is good. Boxing is at a high right now because of what these guys is doing and the finances that they're putting into boxing. Not just paying fighters, not just that, the promotion, the commercials, the ring walks, the entertainment. So before the actual fight, I was impressed by that. And then the fight was very good, you know. I was happy Usyk won it, like, you know what I mean? Before the fight, I thought Usyk would stop Fury on cuts. I thought he would stop him just on cuts, but it was a lot of times I wasn't sure who was going to win the fight. But Usyk got it done. He got it done under pressure. He got it done and got through rough times. He just got it done in a very, very, very good way. And respect to him, respect to his country, it was a great win. And if you know him, you have to be happy for him, even if you don't know him. Most people are only happy for people that they know. But I'm happy for people I know and who I don't know. That's just who I am.
Just a final one from myself. Do you think, when you look at Fury now, do you think that the Wilder fights took a hell of a lot out of him when you look at the position that he's in now since the pre?
I think Fury actually says it himself. Like, the only person that got out unscathed against Deontay Wilder was Joseph Parker. Everyone else came out with wounds and concussions and knockdowns and things of that nature. I don't even think Joseph Parker got hit by the right hand one time. He was able to skim through that whole fight without. So if I read something that Joseph Parker said that Zhang punched harder than Deontay. If I was Joseph Parker, I would say that too because Deontay never hit him. You know what I mean? So yeah, I totally get it.
Absolutely. Malik, thank you for taking time to speak to me. Really good to catch up. We really enjoyed this one, mate. Top man. Thank you, man.